I woke up one day and I realized that Imperial armies are way better than clone armies. So I decided to change things up a bit from my usual army videos and build a LEGO Empire in 2 minutes, 20 minutes, and 2 hours. So without further ado, let's get into this. So for our 2-minute army, I decided to build up a ton of characters from Legends. Starting off, we have some characters from the Force Unleashed game with some amazing Imperial commandos that feature arm printing, a unique helmet, and a backpack that you're going to see a lot in this video. We also have Galen Merrick in his Sith Warrior variant, which is easily the most creepy looking Starkiller outfit out there. And lastly, we have a Blue Stormtrooper Commander, which is easily one of the coolest custom figures in my collection. He even has a unique face print. Let's add these minifigures to the base plate and continue with our other Legends minifigures. So next up, we'll be dipping our toes into some super hardcore Star Wars, or that only the biggest Star Wars fans will know, with some Imperial Knights. Basically, these guys are Inquisitors, but not complete clowns. We also have Yasan Islard, who basically controlled the entire Empire at one point after Palpatine's quote-unquote death. And finally, we have Singe, who was one of the most powerful Imperial warlords, similar to Moff Gideon.
My name is Gustavo, but you can call me Sus.
These little known characters to our army and continue to grow our army. Now, enough with characters you've never heard of, let's go through some characters you're probably more familiar with. With some new Imperial Shadow Troopers, which LEGO definitely nailed the design on, some Sand Troopers that are loyal to Thrawn, Rook, Thrawn's assassin, and of course Grand Admiral Thrawn himself, with a custom blaster and 2 different facial expressions. We also have some other characters from Legends that were brought into Star Wars Rebels, with Imperial Jump Troopers, Factory Workers, and we even have some Stormtrooper mechs, along with the new Stormtroopers that have been upgraded with custom heads and blasters. So let's add these awesome minifigures to the army and begin our 20-minute army. So for our 20-minute army, we're going to be building up an army from Rogue One. Now, perhaps one of the coolest parts about Rogue One was finally having a main villain that can't really fight, but is still cool nonetheless. Of course, I am talking about Director Krennic. But if we have Director Krennic, of course, we have to deploy the garrison. So first off, we have, in many people's eyes, the peak LEGO Stormtrooper design. We have over 40 of these Stormtroopers, and honestly, the vibes from 2016 looking at these guys is amazing. Next up, we have Shore Troopers. Basically, they're just Stormtroopers, but on vacation. So we built up 5 regular Shore Troopers, which each have custom blasters and a really cool helmet. Not to mention, we have 2 official LEGO Shore Trooper captains with custom printed heads. I also built an Imperial security droid with a custom blaster, Death Troopers, also with custom blasters, and an Imperial hover tank pilot, which has one of the cooler Star Wars helmet designs. And to protect Director Krennic, we have 2 Death Trooper specialists with pauldrons, custom heavy blasters, and extremely deadly bombs, as well as Galen Erso to help Krennic build the Death Star and ultimately destroy it. Now, I know I said in these 20 minutes I'd be building minifigures from Rogue One, but I'll also be building a few figures from Star Wars Battlefront, with some Imperial Shock Troopers, also utilizing the custom backpacks, as well as Iden Versio and an Inferno Squad agent. And with that, our 20-minute army is completed. And although this army is looking awesome so far, nothing can compare to what we will build in 2 hours. So for our 2-hour army, I decided I'd be building Imperial minifigures based on the Mandalorian. So first of all, we have, of course, our Stormtroopers with the new dual molded helmets, Artillery Stormtroopers, and some of the cool new Scout Troopers. Now, to lead our Imperial Remnant, we'll need Moff Gideon. Here we have his Season 2 and Season 3 appearances. And wow, he looks amazing in Mandalorian armor, especially with that Electro Staff. And in order to guide Moff Gideon, we will need some members of the Imperial Council. My favorite definitely being Gilad Pellaeon with the Chimera logos on his arms. And if we have Moff Gideon, we of course need his Dark Troopers. So from Season 2 of The Mandalorian, we have a ton of the droid variant for Dark Troopers, and from Season 3 we have the humans in Mandalorian style armor, both looking equally awesome in my opinion. And speaking of Mandalorians, we have Imperial Super Commandos from Star Wars Rebels, as well as Gar Saxon in Imperial armor. And now that we have all of our minifigures built, let's create some vehicles. So first off, I built up a custom TIE Defender model from Republic Bricks. Ever since seeing these in Star Wars Rebels, I've wanted to have one in my collection. And for our Rogue One battle on Scarif, we have the TIE Striker, which is also a very cool TIE Fighter variant that you can load troops up into. I also built up an Imperial gunship that is made from the Imperial Marauder set, because the gunship recently made an appearance in the Ahsoka show, and it is probably one of the coolest Imperial vehicles out there. I also built up this Imperial troop transport that can hold a few stormtroopers and is also made from the Imperial Marauder set. Boy, does this set have some cool alternate builds. Like that, we have an amazing army with some of my favorite characters and vehicles in all of Star Wars, and in total, it took us exactly 2 hours and 22 minutes to build this entire army, which is kind of crazy when you look at how many minifigures and builds are here. And now that we are finished building up our armies, I want to know which one of these is your favorite, because one lucky winner will be receiving a minifigure from this video. So make sure you go down to the comments and tell me what your favorite figure is, because you might just get it. Anyway, if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to leave a like, and I will see you all in the next video. Have an amazing day. Peace out.